Hello, seventh graders. This is Mrs. Mayer, and today's lesson is going to be covering Lesson 9, Solo, Lesson 7, Deck 5, and Lesson 7, Deck 6. So let's get started. Here's the assignment right in front of us, and you're going to notice that each of the things that you're supposed to do have links. So I'm going to click on my very first link. However, before we click on it, I'm going to go to the directions. Now, obviously, the first direction is watch the video. You've already done that. Thank you very much. I hope this video is helpful and that it kind of guides you in what you'll be doing this week. So it says to do the solo. Now, solo is something that's graded. It's going to be graded for you. In fact, if you're not happy with your grade, you can actually redo it, and I'll tell you how to do that in just a moment. And we have some notes for you. Mrs. Wasinger put together these notes just kind of help us to make sure that we're successful in our solo. The first thing is that there's two different texts you're going to read, and I'm going to show you both of those texts in a moment because it's a little bit confusing. It looks like you only have one text, but you have two separate texts. And you're going to be reading paragraph 10 to 14. You don't really have to worry about that because it's going to come up. You'll know you've read it because it has the time there, and then there's a second one, and you'll be answering questions. Notice the questions 1 and 2 are for the first one, and that has the question 2 has 3 answers. Question 6 has 4 answers. Why is that important? Because if you don't get one of them right, you get the entire thing wrong. So let's click on the first link. It's going to take us to the solo. For some of you, when you click on this, you might have to log in, just like it's making me log in. I'm logging in with Google. I'm choosing my account. You always wanted to use your CAPO, Unified School District account. It's taking me right to the solo. And once I get to the solo, I'm going to show you something that potentially could be a little bit confusing. And that is that, notice right here, as I scroll down, it just says solo overview, and it tells me I am going to read two different things. But what you might not realize is they're two separate passages. So let me show you. When I'm going now, that was the first card, and it just told me that I was going to read two separate things. Now I'm going to the second card. Again, I'm on my solo, which is this part. Okay, so I'm on subunit 1, lesson 9, solo. I'm actually doing that first, and then I'm going to 7. This is not a mistake. We want you to do it in this order. So when I get to 2, I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to notice, okay, I have a story. Great. I listened to the story. But here's what you might not notice is that you have to keep scrolling down. Oh, there's another one. We need you to listen to both of them. So this is going to be, remember, question 1 and 2 is the very first part. How many answers are in number 2? 3. Then question 3, 4, 5, and 6, this one. Now, it really does help you because as you click to answer these questions, it's going to give you the correct text. But I just wanted to kind of explain that before you get started. You're going to do all of the cards. Now, it looks like you're done when you get to 6, but you're not finished. So you're going to go all the way here. You're going to make sure you do 8. And then you're going to, so 7, 8, and then you're going to hand it in. Notice that when I was on 7, it said next. Now, you could stop there. If you stop there, then your teachers will think you didn't do anything because you actually have to hand it in for us to see. But what if I hand it in and I realize I got a really bad score? And we are looking at your scores. We can't see your scores. Amplify is just like handing in your work. So you want to do a good job. You don't want to just press buttons and do whatever because this is worth a grade. Now, we also don't want you to stress out at the same time. So good news, just like we allow you to redo things for swell, we're going to allow you to redo this. So if I notice I got a bad grade, and how can I check my grade? Now, my screen is different than yours, but right here, there's going to be a place where it says this is what they call the hamburger, and that's going to say my work. And you can actually see different scores and different things that you've written all in Amplify. So you can go to that score. If it's not a good score, you can go over here, and after you hand something in, you can press a button that says update. You can redo it. You can change those answers and do better. My recommendation, though, is to just go through it really fast and click on all of the buttons. Take your time. Read it. Read it a couple times. Notice every single time you see a word that's in blue, that means that it is maybe a word that you don't know. So click on that word. So I'm going to go back to my text because there are some words that you probably don't know. And I'm scrolling down. And so all the words that are blue, not a whole lot, but that's going to tell me what it means. So click on all of the words that are blue. So now we did the first part. We did the first link. And now we're going to go to the second link, which is Lesson 7, Deck 5, handed in second link. I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to click on this. And I'm going to do all of this in Amplify. Hopefully it won't make me log in again. It's not going to make me log in again. That's wonderful. So notice there's 2 cards here. So I'm going to be answering a couple questions. Okay, and it tells you to find evidence. So find that evidence. And then you're going to go next. Once you go to card 2, then it's going to say hand it in. Now the next link is going to take me to Lesson 7, Deck 6. There's something I want you to know about this though. You're going to do the paragraph on Google Classroom. You're not going to type it on Amplify, but we are going to go to that. We are going to go to Deck 6, which is our third link. So let's go to that link right now. We're going to actually do that whole lesson. We're going to read through the whole lesson, but then we're going to type our paragraph. So what I might want to do is you want to find textual evidence. You want to use the text. So what I'm going to look for is I might write quotes. I might cut and paste. So right here, I could write the paragraph here, but we don't want you to write the paragraph here, okay? And this is an argumentative paragraph. Just like we've written argumentative essays, this is a paragraph. This is not one sentence. We want you to do your best. We know that you are a fantastic writer, so show us you can write. So here's just an idea. You should be able to cut and paste, but I'm not positive. So I would not do anything there since we're not going to check that. But we are going to check Google Classroom. So let's go back to Google Classroom and let's go to the document that we made for you right here. I'm going to click on it. You already have your own copy and it has directions. And here are the directions. After reading both texts, remember there's both separate texts, that you are going to decide if you agree or disagree with the statement that Phineas has fully recovered. Write an argumentative essay, no paragraph. Stating and explaining your position, use 2 pieces of textual evidence and cite improper MLA using paragraph numbers. I don't know how to find paragraphs, actually. I know that it said this, so I know that it said the first part was 10 through 14, so what am I going to do? I'm going to probably count. That first part is 10 to 14, and then the next part is 29 to 33. So it's not numbered for you that I could see, so you'll just go and count for yourself. Don't get too caught up on that though, okay? But you do want to make sure that you use quotes around it. You're not just going to plagiarize. You're not just going to put anything. And you're going to follow this as a template. So I'm going to make a claim. So remember, my claim is going to most likely be Phineas. So do you agree with Dr. Harlow's determination in 1948 that Phineas has fully recovered? You are going to say, Phineas has fully recovered from his accident, or according to Phineas, or Phineas has not fully recovered from his accident. So you're going to have one of those claims. So you're going to agree or disagree. Then you're going to pick textual evidence to support. Do you think he's recovered? Do you not think he's recovered? Again, I'm going to support this. I'm just going to say, I think he's recovered because I think he's recovered because I said so. You're going to take the text and you're going to add textual evidence. Remember, we add that textual evidence and then we explain why that textual evidence backs up what we're going to say. So this is a template. If you follow all this, we know you're going to be successful. And that's why we created that template instead of having you do it on Amplify. So we hope this is helpful for you. And that is your lesson for this week. And we want you, on behalf of all the 7th grade teachers, we want you to know we miss you. We appreciate how hard you're working. And we hope that you have a fantastic week.